Hello, welcome back. We're done with site searching. Too close to the end of the game now. Just summoning junk, sending horrors. Cast a flaming dome of death. And spied lots of battles. These ones aren't too interesting. Some of these are quite interesting though. Mostly it's just attacking Katiz with Ditanus. It was fine. We have AI Alm taking a province back from us, which is a bit annoying. Battle in Bitra. This is my Shadowbrand Ditanu. Also goes fine. Then there was one in OE Parry, which is a bit more interesting. This is this stack here. This is a communion of entirely Shaman, I think. Versus one of my Ditanus. So he scripted the communion up and then cast Soul Slay, interestingly. Soul Slay is pretty harmlessly bounce off my Ditanu though. He's got 22 magic resistance currently. And then they go off script and start buffing units. Yep, and then unluckily Belit Balalai casts Enslave Mind and enslaves my Ditanu. Which is a bit unfortunate. So my Ditanu now belongs to Katiz. I believe this will be a unit rather than a commander though, so it shouldn't have all of the gear. But he can Gift of Health it and turn it back into a commander, I believe. So that's a bit unfortunate. A couple more random little exchanges between Katiz and Tianqi. And Tianqi throwing more ghouls at Katiz. We took the fort at Fields of Gold. There's very little in here. We didn't lose any units. Just crossbow and a skeleton. We also managed to protect ourselves against a very, very small Vengeful Water attack. With one of these Jade Sorceresses that I've recruited one of a while back. Because she was carrying some nature gems to do swarms at some point. But she uses one to cast Storm of Thorns, which goes very well. So, that's nice. Unexpected events, lost Keeban, and lost some Dominion and some Province income. Nothing too bad. And we got somebody else into the Hall of Fame. Taraman, who's been researching, is now heroically quick. Oh no, he hasn't been researching, he's in this little army, okay. So that's it for messages. Still trying to grab these 3 thrones. The fact that these stacks are communioned up and can potentially steal my Ditanus is a bit annoying. I think that'll be not quite as dangerous when we're on the defense, because we can have multiple units in the fight. It's just when they're all spamming against one target, I assume it's not so good for us. So the plan's still, we need to keep Winter Peaks and Night Marsh, and currently we are building a lab in both of these provinces so that we can get away troops in. You can see Abyss seems to be building up units in Cliffport, unfortunately. But we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, we want to hold Winter Peaks. We can see he's got units in Sylvam. He could throw into us and do more shenanigans. So I put the province defense up to 23, which is the best I can do. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can move to Winter Peaks, except for a priest, a scout, who's on fire, and my evil Naiad, who was going to be going around casting Frost Tomes, but I guess not. So I'm bringing her into the fight. She's going to cast Quickness on my Ditanu, hopefully. And the priest will bless my Ditanu, meaning he doesn't have to. And my Ditanu will cast Resist Magic on himself. Then she's going to cast Stygian Rains, which will give all of the province defense 15 invulnerability, which is something. And then if she still has endurance at that point, she can spam Terror. This is all we can bring here, so hopefully if Katiz moves into it, it's enough to defend against him. As long as my Ditanu stays alive, he can clean up the battle. And with Resist Magic, I don't know how much this is, maybe it's like 26 magic resistance and a bunch of other targets in the fight. Hopefully that's fine. Night Marsh is under a much bigger threat from 4 provinces. And potentially Ulm as well, but I'm less concerned about Ulm. But Katiz could move all of these troops into Nightmarsh. So I've done what I can to defend it. It's mostly some N1 mages that I've given nature boosters and flying shoes to get them into the fight. They're going to be casting Eagle Eyes and then spamming Storm of Thorns. So they're all up here together. I've got 2 Ditanos going to be in this fight. One of them has the Snake Bladder Stick, unfortunately, which probably isn't very useful against Katiz, but it's all I've got in this area. And then a few priests. Means I don't actually need to cast Bless with the Ditanos, do I? Let's do Temper Flesh, and do you have... There's an Earth Magic Resistance skill, isn't there? I'm pretty sure. Iron Will. That's not self-cast, I don't really like the idea of that. Let's do Temper Flesh. Well, let's do... Yeah, we'll try it. Okay, we'll do Iron Will, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, Attack Rear. That might be a lot, but what's that? Fatigue 20, Fatigue 20, Fatigue 20. 60 Fatigue, yikes. Hopefully that goes okay. 10 EP can... What can you do? You could Corpse Cat... No, that's not... Let's not do that. Banefire Darts? Would that be more useful than attacking with a Snake Bladder Stick? I'm not sure. Let's just have him attack as normal. Hopefully this is fine. I've got my Fire 1 guy set to cast Phoenix Power and then just cast spells because we're very close to Evocation 8, so we'll have it next turn, so hopefully he unscriptedly casts Pillar of Fire, which I think would be quite good. But this is everything I can bring to this province, unfortunately. There's nothing really else I can do. The units that just took this fort are moving to Trollland, which is, you know, there's some stuff here. And the turn after that, they'll be able to move into Nightmarsh. But other than that, it's just some province defense here. To help a little bit more, I'm also casting Call of the Wild and Arouse Hunger on this province. So this fight will also have some wolves and some ghouls. Yeah, just gotta hope that we don't lose our Ditanos and that we can defend it. Because once we just need to hold this for one turn, the lab will go up and then we'll gateway a huge stack of stuff onto it next turn. And then take this province. And meanwhile, these 2 stacks are now moving on to Summerlands, so hopefully take this province. I've given out a lot of Gate Cleavers now. This 1 stack in Shadowglade now has 542 siege strength, plus the 106 in Grey Barrier. This fort has been under siege for a long time as well, so I'm hoping that it's pretty much ready to fall as soon as we move into it. So, fingers crossed this cracks open in 1 turn. Then we can storm, then we can claim, and then we can move to here and claim this one, which should hopefully also be cracked open. And then hopefully we can break into this as well. I'm forging 3 more Gate Cleavers this turn. And we have our Earth 5 guy still in Machaca. Ready to cast Crumble on it in a few turns as well. So if all goes well, we'll have labs up in these 2 provinces next turn and we can gateway stuff into it. And that's really all that's happening this turn. Might be forging a few other bits and pieces. I'm sending Horror at Silverham. I might change this. I don't know how this works exactly. Because we sent Horrors at Cracklands last turn, and I know that I think the province I think the Horrors just despawn once they've finished fighting. So I don't know what sending Horror at Silverham would actually do. Would it prevent stuff from moving out of the fort, or would it just not be under siege? And so things would be able to move out of it freely? I don't know. But I'll check what sending Horror at a fort actually does. And if it seems like it might be useful for keeping these units trapped in here, I'll do it. And if it doesn't, I won't. Other than that, I'm still just summoning a lot of stuff to gateway around next turn. Lots of reanimations are happening. Forging some bits and pieces for my Pretender tour. And I think that's it. Yep. So that's the turn. think I was a bit too dismissive of Katiz. Enslaving one of my Detonis was very unexpected. But oh well. Hopefully the other Detonis survive, and hopefully we hold those provinces. We just need to hold them for one turn. Because I'm pretty sure as soon as they gateway in a giant stack, those will be quite hardy. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We got evocation to 8, so we can now script Pillar of Fire, which I have done. We'll keep going. I don't think we're ever going to get to Flames of the Sky. I think it might be too late in the day, but you never know. It's only, if you get back up to 1,000 research, it's only 8 turns away, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Not much else to say. My Prophet had a Nightmare projected against him, but fortunately was able to resist it. It would have been really annoying if that had killed my Prophet. Not much else to say. We did throw the horrors at the fortress. This does nothing. Maybe this is useful in some other ways, but it just kills the province defense and then disappears. So it doesn't put the fort under siege or anything, and I don't think it stops things from moving out of the fort either. So I'll remember that for future. Night March was Katiz threw the mundane troops into the swamp where my lab is, which is good. I'll just turbo through this. It's nothing too interesting, but you get to see a Pillar of Fire. The Townies run to the back, kill some commanders, and that's that. You can see I had the ghouls and the wolves in this fight. Didn't really do much, but they were mostly there to distract casters. Either mark is Tianqi throwing some underwater units into us over here. This is a bit annoying, but it's not the most threatening thing in the world just now. Ironwood Forest we attacked into. This was with my Detoni who had the Shadowbrand. This is the province that he moved the Communion into, unfortunately, so he just gets blown away this time. So not great. But we're past the point where we really care too much about Detonis at the moment. Last battle was Cracklands, where I was throwing a scout into a province that had no province defense, but now it does, so that didn't go very well. We rolled our big stack into the throne in Summerlands, and we did crack it open instantly, which is good, so we can storm it immediately. No interesting events. So this is the state of play at the moment. It's now 5 turns until Cataclysm, and I think we need 4 turns to do this. Might need an extra turn up here depending on how easy it is to move my Prophet around. Because this turn we're gatewaying. So it's gateway, then siege, hopefully it goes open in 1 turn, which means then storm, and then claim. So that's 4 turns. So we should be okay as long as absolutely nothing goes wrong from this point forwards. First thing that did go wrong is I swear I tested this. I thought I could gateway the troops from Ashdod into Nightmarsh. They cannot. Because this is the weaker stack, and this is where I need the fewest troops. This is the strongest stack, and this is where I need the strongest troops. So the idea was to move the Pirates Expanse army into Winter, and the Ashdod army into Nightmarsh. I cannot do that. Nightmarsh is 1 square too far away. So we are gatewaying the Ashdod stack into Winter Peaks, because that's the only thing we can do. So he has lots of large skeletons, some sacred giants, lots of Maleks, or Maziks, why do I always get that confused, and some archers. You can see up here we have 570 siege strength altogether in this province. A lot of that's from stuff that's left behind in the garrison. I'm hoping this is still close to 500. There's 100 units in the garrison. Most of these have 1 siege strength, but these guys have 1.6. I could work it out. Maybe it's going to be closer to 400. But either way, we are forging 2 more gate cleavers this turn. And there are going to be a few things here which will bump it up a little bit, including my god. But we're gatewaying that stack here, plus these mages that you can see, mostly some F2s and S2s, plus my god, who's currently looks like this. He's got an earth booster, he's got a luck crown, a random shield with fire resistance. Thought that might be useful since it's an Abyssian throne. Some wing shoes that he needs, black steel that he's just had since the beginning of the game because we got one for free, and a living water bottle. Also sort of sharpness just in case he gets attacked by some kind of magic ritual attack. He's got a magic weapon. We've also got my Evil Naiad here still doing Stygian Reigns. So all that stuff will be here next turn. I'm also... One of the problems I have, I could do another gateway from Parched, but unfortunately I don't have anyone with a lot of leadership who can gateway. Best I can do is Uzia here, who has 15 leadership. So Uzia is also taking another 15 giants, also into Winter Peaks. So there'll be about 30 units, 30 sacred giants. How much is this again? Yeah, 20. So there'll be about 30 sacreds plus skeletons and random chaff and my god in Winter Peaks next turn. Everything else in the Parched Expanse that you can see here, this is being gatewayed into Nightmarsh, and we're also moving some more sacreds and a few other random bits and pieces into Nightmarsh as well. We have a Detanu already here too. So those are the two armies we're going to have in those two provinces next turn. Down here I can also cast Crumble, of course. I think I might be able to hit this fort as well with Crumble, depending on who needs it most. We'll see. I think I should be able to give away a lot of hammers up here though, gate cleavers. Hopefully this fort has a lab inside it, in which case I can also give out all of the gate cleavers that are here currently next turn. And the only other movement I'm doing is I'm moving one of my Detanus into Iskepni, try and take this province. Hopefully that... So I don't know, I'm hoping that my prophet can fly from summer to be thine in one turn. I don't know if it will be able to or not, but hopefully it will. Is there an item that gives... Would swamp survival boots help? Well then again, I need the flying boots though, don't I? That's forest survival, mountain survival. Map move 6, map move 18. Are they better than flying boots? I don't know. But hopefully we can get my prophet from summer to be thine in one turn. We'll have to see how it goes. Only thing to mention is that since Kittiz moved his stack to Ironwood, this is actually a great province for me in terms of what I can hit with rituals. So I'm hitting this stack with 2 casts of Fires from Afar. Yeah, 2 casts of Fires from Afar, 1 from Parched, and there's a Fire Mage on this throne which gives Fire Ritual range, which is really fortunate. So he's also casting Fires from Afar on this stack. And I'm sending a Horror at this stack as well. So hopefully we disrupt it enough that it's even less threatening. I think that's everything to say really. Sending Horror, storming the castle. Yeah, I did mention that, right? I'm storming Summerlands this turn. I'm building a temple in Nightmarsh. Casting Fires from Afar. Forging a gate cleaver, forging a gate cleaver. There should be 3 gateways as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yep, Fires from Afar. And that's it. I'm ignoring this TNT stack at the moment. I'm also moving all of the Magi from Quattle into Morn. Since it's a throne province, it's more useful. In Bandar Log, same thing. I'm moving mages to Parch since it's a throne. It's more important. Got nothing left in Armon now. Most of my stuff's in Ashdod. Only throne I'm not going to be defending really is Fungwood. Got a couple of mages here, but I'm not going to do anything big. And I guess Erd too, but Erd is heavily domed at least, which is something. And I am recruiting stuff in Erd every turn. So we'll end the turn there. 17 commanders are doing nothing, that's fine, they're all defending those 2 provinces. So hopefully this all keeps going fine. I think even if my profit needs an additional turn, we're still under the 5-turn limit. Depends how it works out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright boys, welcome back. This is getting pretty intense. Some more thrones being claimed. Looks like Katiz has just claimed that throne that we're about to roll into. And Tianqi is also claimed Throne of Misfortune. We cast some rituals, including some gateways. All of our gateways were successful, so we now have our armies where they should be. Another Magic Nightmare just happened to be projected at my profit, which is again unfortunate, but we did resist it, which is fortunate. Then so we were attacking into this throne, but before that happened, we got attacked by Tianqi, who teleported a golem into us. This is a golem who has Astral Magic 8 currently. He starts to cast Master and Slave. Okay, so this looks bad already, because we do not want a golem Master enslaving our army. But then, and this is why I've got the log up at the moment, so I was trying to figure out what happened. Then he just vanishes, and nothing happens. It says he took 15 points of damage from excessive fatigue. And then he's gone. So I think what happened is, because he's wearing this armor of virtue that has returning on damage, I'm not sure, I think what happened is he cast Master and Slave, which gave him fatigue damage, which caused him to vanish from the fight, which means that Master and Slave never actually got cast. Which seems like a weird interaction, but I feel incredibly lucky if that's what just happened, because that seems kind of weird. But yeah, he's gone. And we're just left to clean up these few ghouls. So I don't know, hopefully that doesn't happen again. That was Summerlands. We threw a lesser horror into the communion stack that Katiz has, didn't really do much. And we also cleared out some of the Ulmish troops between the 2 thrones with my Detonu. That's this province. So we want to keep these provinces all free from enemy units so that we can move between them easily. I haven't been putting PD in provinces apparently. We lost one. Tianqi is still raiding us. He just took Redbud and Lavendulon. It's over here. These 2. Near my cap. I guess if he burns down these temples in this area, it might let Vengeful push into Morn, which should be annoying. And he could also do some shenanigans to Norn. But hopefully it doesn't. Then we rolled into the fortress at Summerlands. There's nothing here though, so that went fine. Some Vengeful Water attacked us, but only managed to kill a scout, fortunately. Events weren't too interesting. Some plague and stuff. We got an Abomination attack in Fields of Gold, which unfortunately now has the fort under siege. Nothing I can do. I never even got to put the temple up here, unfortunately. This area is just dead. Disease in Summerlands and Quattle. And I think that's it. We got a new famous hero. So this Detonu now has lightning reflexes. Cool. So nothing has yet interfered with the plan. You can see we've gate made our army stack into Nightmarsh and into Winter Peaks. So we're rolling into Beeline with Nightmarsh army this turn. We are up to 731 siege strength. We can also see exactly what units Katiz has in this stack, and I went through them all one by one and checked out what their siege defense is. Long story short, these units aren't very good for defending against sieges. I think they probably have less than 100 siege defense in this fort, and it's 500 wall integrity. So 731 seems safe. I think we can knock this over in one turn. even better news is down here in Cliffport. The fort on this throne is only a fortress. It's only 250 wall integrity. So this should fall over pretty easy. We're up to 762 siege strength here. There are a lot of troops in this fort though. It could be like 120 units. Even so, if it's only a 250 strength wall, I think we're fine. I'm still casting Crumble on Cliffport. Maybe I should move like one more siege axe to this stack just to make sure. I don't know, it's weird because this fort has all the units and this fort has all the wall. I think it's fine though. I think we're fine in both provinces. Even if he had like 100 wall defense per turn, which he doesn't, we'd still knock it over easily. So I think we'll be fine. Yeah, so I'm attacking Bido in this turn. It's very typical. There's nothing really too out of the ordinary here. Fire mages do Pillar of Fire now. We have a Ditanu in the battle as well who's going to get Gift of Flighted and attack rear. Everyone else is pretty normal. We've still got the N2 guys here who are all going to be casting Storm of Thorns. I think we should just so outnumber him that when my Ditanu will fly onto the back, start killing those mages. Everyone else will just slowly grind forwards. And hopefully we drop enough big spells on him to not lose too many troops to the Communion. And I am casting anti-magic in this fight as well, just to help with things. Don't have too many spellcasters in this battle, unfortunately. Don't have too many spellcasters in either battle. Just have to rely on the fact that I have a lot of flying units that will be harassing the back lines. Lots of Storms of Thorns going off, and the Giants as always walking forwards. Just gotta hope it's enough. So we'll siege the fort this turn. I'm pretty sure it'll break open in one turn. Down here, it's slightly different because I've got my Pretender. I wasn't sure what to do with this guy. He's going to do the Earth buff and the Nature buff and then do Howl. Then I'll try and get off Reinvigoration, which is the blood spell that removes your fatigue. And then do Relief. To kind of help my spellcasters. There are quite a few S2 mages in this fight, so they're all going to do Astral Geyser once I've got off Light of the Northern Star. This will give everyone +1 Astral Magic. Again, I assume that Abyssian troops are quite hardy. I've seen them a few times. I think armor negating spells are really quite good. So we'll do lots of Astral Geysers. We have my Evil Naiad in this fight, so she's going to do Stygian Rains, which will give an invulnerability 15 to all of the flying units. It should be quite good. And then we've got the Giants as usual, plus a Ditanu, who again is up here with an Air Mage and a Priest to bless him and give him flight, hopefully. So the Ditanu will be on the back lines as well. We've also got anti-magic going off in this fight. I've also got a lot of my fire guys doing Flame Ward for additional fire resistance, because again, I think that's going to be useful against Abyssia. So hopefully both of these forts get cracked open immediately. We storm them the turn after. We're claiming the throne in this province now. I'm patrolling this province to make sure that nothing can put it under siege, but it would be really frustrating if the Golem teleported in, Master and Slay of the army, and then put me under siege from myself, you know what I mean? But nothing I can really do about that. Just gotta hope this is okay. I'm also moving some troops into Wywood to defend it. He could attack it from here. I think he might be more likely to attack this one because there's a priest here and he might think a temple's going up. But the reason I'm moving these troops out anyway is because they're all diseased. And currently the only thing that's diseased in this province is my prophet. And I do not want my prophet to get, like, you know, a limp or something so that he can't move as far or some shit like that. So I'm making sure that he absolutely will have his disease cured this turn. There is the Bane Venom Charm in this province, unfortunately. But we do have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 witches, 4 witches. There will be, there's a really annoying dog in the distance, I hope you can't hear that on the mic. We will have 4 witches every turn. Oh, that reminds me, I moved the elixirs out of this province. I was going to give them to one of these armies. Yeah, let's put some elixirs onto people in this army. Because this is the one army that doesn't have any ability to cure disease. Yeah, so hopefully my prophet doesn't get an affliction. Hopefully this fort doesn't get sieged. And this turn I'm forging 2 items. I'm forging boots of 7 mile strides, I think they're called. Yeah, and a ring of levitation. Just in case 7 mile strides and levitation makes it easier to move to Bivine. Because we can't actually move to Bivine in 1 turn. The other item that might have been useful was Crown of the Titans, which would have made me larger. But I don't have the gems to do that one as well, unfortunately. Other little movements are just trying to defend some of these provinces from the Tianqi raids. I don't want to have too many of my temples burned down in this area. There's a handful of sacred troops, a couple of spellcasters. And this army here in Lavendulon I'm going to hit with a Lesser Horror. This will be the last Lesser Horror that I ever cast because I'm out of Blood Slaves now, and a bit awkward blood hunting with only 1 Bloodheader who's also your caster, but yeah. I think that's it for the turn then. We're back up to 1400 research. We might actually hit Evocation 9. But if we're lucky, the game will have ended by then. Well, one thing I am a bit curious about is whether or not, if I move on to this province, will my army be blessed? I know that if you're pretenders in the battle, that all sacred units are automatically blessed. But I can't remember if that's only if it's in your dominion or not. So I'm putting a temple up in Scatley, and I'll try and put up a temple in Winter Peaks as well, and then hopefully while I'm sitting here for 1 turn, it puts my dominion in this province. That seems unlikely, but I mean, my pretender is here. He does spread dominion a bit. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's turn 69. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.